We have about 3 layers of cardboard down, wrapped on top of each other so no air can go through. And I now have some manure on the top, some straw mixed with some manure on the top to hold it down. I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
So it was too cold. I had to put a hat on. We both got gloves. We both got coat-ish things. And at 20 degrees, it is too freaking cold not to have something to protect your ears.
But my hat's cuter.
It's super cute. Her hat was made by Laurie Family Homestead, and they sent 2 others for the girls, and so totally styling.
Thanks for letting me borrow it. I forgot a hat. She saved my butt.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a DIYer's, first time DIYer's best friend, because you can put things up and take things down and they work really well. Love them to pieces. Make sure not to let your kids play with the staples though, because if they crunch them, they don't work as well. They need to have one long strip. So we're going to staple down this first layer and then we're going to put another layer up. And then we're going to put the lathe down. I hope I'm using that word right. The furring strips, I don't know why I think it's called lathe, but I do think it's called, or lath. I think it's lath.
Yeah.
Lath and plaster, plaster and lath.
Yeah.
So that's the right word. Maybe I'm saying it wrong though. Lathe is
I
more
don't
of
know.
like a tool, I think.
Yeah, it is.
All right, off we
But
go.
I knew what she was
She
talking
knows
about.
what I'm talking about. But what about the rest of my channel? They're like, what is she talking about? The biggest thing you've got to remember when you're putting up a greenhouse where the plastic and everything don't fit exactly is that you're going to have water that is going to melt, and you want to make sure that you have
Water
a way for it to drain. Water that's going to pool. So you have to make sure that you've got some way for it to drain, and be careful of the wind, what direction the wind is coming from. You don't want your door on that side. You want your door on the side that is protected from the wind. I kind of think this might be a good spot for a door. What are your thoughts? This one right here?
Cool.
Because it feels like that's where we have the most like buildup of strange shapes.
Where are you going to get a pile of snow from wind blown?
From the north. But I have the wind that blows from the southwest.
Yeah. Because that would be my thought, is I wouldn't want to try and go in where there's going to be a snowdrift. Because it does drift out here
It does. It drifts awful. What I thought about doing was planting a little bit of a windbreak or building some raised beds here that would block the snow from blowing in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then one here too. I won't do that this year.
Right.
But yeah, that is a concern, is because the wind comes from that direction, but when we have a lot of snow, it comes from the north. So there's not really a happy place that is safe.
Gotcha.
I will just need to put up probably some kind of curbed barricade here that will allow the snow to not drift up over it. But this is the spot where we didn't have enough plastic, right? So it doesn't
so
seem
that
like
would be
spot.
a good spot for the door. Julie's escaping and leaving me to hold it down. No, I'm joking. She is going to go and get the lathe so that we can secure it down without putting holes in it and damaging it for water or anything to leak through it. And I'm standing here looking pretty while I'm waiting for her to get the rest of the stuff.
Okay guys, it's much better to pre-drill these because they have a tendency to crack. So I'm going to put this one on just to hold the plastic in place, and then we're going to go cut some more and pre-drill them so that we're not having it crack. I grabbed one of the wrong screws. This one is perfect, it's an inch. The other one I have is 1.5 inches and it's too long.
This is Panther. And I'm sure you've seen Panther before, but Panther likes me a lot and keeps following me around meowing. So if you hear a lot of this, it's because Panther likes me and wants held and petted. Can you hear the purring? He's just loving it. That's really, really close. You probably like saw my nose.
Probably. The reason you want to use these shorter ones is that otherwise when you have kids and stuff walking around inside the greenhouse, they'll run into the pointy end of a nail. And it doesn't feel so good. So, I don't want to use any staples right now because it'll leave holes. I want it to be a permanent fix and just be finished. So again, we're going to go cut a whole bunch of strips, drill some holes in them. Okay guys, so this is from a cabinet maker shop. It was free. We use it for fire starter, but I also use it for a lot of building projects. You don't want a big square piece. You want it to be nice and regular and thin because you're not looking for strength. It's just literally holding the plastic down. It's not, it doesn't need to be the Incredible Hulk. It just needs to be light and easy to use. The most important side. We have really killer winds that come through here, and so if I don't get enough of the lath, however you say it, on, it's going to rip it to shreds. And so I have got to make sure there are no bubbles, no bumps on this side. The other side is okay, but not this side. I hear this a lot in the comments. Is she crazy or stupid or flaky? And so I guess my comeback on that is I see a lot of people out there that have dreams of what it is that they want to do in life, things on their bucket list. And because they can't do it perfectly, they don't do it at all. And so I feel like because of my own particular brand of not caring if it's perfect means that I have not one greenhouse but 2 greenhouses. I have the milk goats that I adore. I have dirt where I used to have rocks, which means that I started with stupid, flaky, and crazy, and yet it makes it so that I can live the life that I want to live. So yes, I accept and absorb all of those titles and all those labels, but maybe people out there need to look a little closer at what their dreams are and say, how can I get there in a way that isn't perfect so that I can get there at all? So yes, a lot of people are going to look at this and think, oh, it's not perfect, so she shouldn't do it, but this is going to grow food for my family if I'm here in the spring. And it's a fun project, and I get to do it with Melanie. And so I think maybe more people out there need to be a little flakier and a little crazier. Wouldn't it be funny if I didn't have the camera on? Speaking of flaky,
I have done that, and then I'm like, that was awesome, darling. Let me do it again.
right? It's horrible. I bet it's really nice and warm in there right now.
I bet it's way warmer than it is here.
I kind of wish we were in there right now.
But you took your gloves off.
I did, because I can't handle the screws without it. Okay, so got the greenhouse finished up. It is so cold out there. I think it's still probably in the 20s because the wind has come up. It's actually colder now with the sun out than it was this morning. So Melanie had to run home in the middle of the project, and I just got everything finished tacking down. I don't have a door in yet, but now I have it enclosed, and I am ready for spring if we come back in May, so that I'll have this greenhouse next to the little house. So the one thing I wanted to talk about right now was the seeds that I like to use. 2 years ago, Michigan Gardener started to sell, and they might have been doing it before that, but that was the first time I tried it. They save their own seeds, and they're heritage seeds. So you can save seeds and grow your garden from your own seeds later. That sounds like it's getting really warm. Sorry guys, I gotta turn the fire down. Alright. So I wanted to show you the seeds that I ordered from them this year. What I really love is Asian greens. I really love bok choy and Chinese Chinese cabbage, greens, cabbage. I really like those vegetables because they do well in the cool weather that we have, and they're slow to bolt. At least the ones that I got from Michigan Gardener were. And because I love kimchi so much, sorry, having a hard time warming up. Because I love kimchi so much, I want to be growing more Chinese cabbage, and the cabbage moths don't bother the Chinese cabbage the way they do conventional. So I wanted to let you know which ones I got this last time. So I got yellow sweet Spanish onion, Savoy Perfection cabbage, which kind of reminds me of like a Chinese cabbage. I got a yellow carrot, I got radicchio, I got Swiss chard, I got tatsoi mustard, which is like a cabbage in a different form. Lady slipper radish, a parsnip, and a beet. Now the reason I didn't get more than that is that I find that if I get things started and I have a smaller package of seeds, I do a better job growing them. If I have this big, huge package of seeds, I have a tendency to waste them, or I hold them over to the next year, and then they don't have, the viability just isn't as good. So, you know, if you're a prepper, you probably want to have more seeds than not. I do have some bulk seeds that I have, but I find that I just don't get as good a result from it as I do when I buy new seed every year. So I do have some in the back waiting to be planted if I need to, but I try to get through it pretty quickly and buy new seed every year and fill up on my stock. So Michigan Gardener, I have the link in the description below. I am affiliated with them now because I really like their seeds. But it helps support our channel, and these are the seeds that I plant, so hopefully you guys don't feel like that is a cop-out. But they also have a YouTube channel, which is great. It's Michigan Gardener, MI Gardener. There we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, and make sure to go check out Honeydew Carpenter. Melanie came and helped me all day, and we'll talk to you later. Sorry.
I'm in your way, sorry. I don't know if I got that. I want to get one more. You go a little slower on a staple so I can get a close-up one.
This side is the most important part. If we don't get it flat enough, the wind will rip. Oh, now I focus.